Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make another press on nail set for me to wear, and we are actually going to just keep it simple today with one gel polish. We've got all natural from Madam Glam, very cute pinky peachy kind of undertone colour. And the rest is going to be stamping when it comes to art today. I've got 3 stamping plates. This one has a lot of wording that we're going to take later on. And then we've got 2 extra plates here. Both are from Moe London. They have stopped doing their stamping plates. So if you can still get your hands on that online, then great. If not, I'm really sorry. But you can definitely find something very similar. The stuff we're using today are just flowers and some random lines. So I'm sure you can find something very similar in your collection, or just to get your hands on, just to kind of recreate the set if you really wanted to. So because I'm wearing these, I am obviously going to do some prep, which I thought I'll show on camera. So I've been kind of switching around my different techniques as I'm doing press-ons, and I'm actually wearing them, and I'm kind of putting things to the test. So at the moment, I am actually deciding to file the tips at the start, just to see how that goes. I've noticed that when I'm filing them after, I do tend to get some lifting around week 3, which, ideally I like to take them off at week 2 so I can reuse them. At week 3 they start to get a bit yucky and way too used. But just to help prevent that, I kind of like to file them off now and make sure that when I'm applying my gel polishes, especially with the top coat later, I'm going to try and cap the edge to help the lifting. But I have worn a lot of my gel polish, a lot of my press on nails for a long time now without doing this, and they have obviously lasted to week 3 and stuff. So, it's just kind of trialing different things to see what works and what's going to make them last super long and forever, preferably, because they take so much work to make. But at this stage, I've kind of wiped away any dust particles or anything like that, and I'm applying the base colour, and we are having this colour across all 5 nails, which is very strange. Usually you have a lot of different colours going on. Today it's simple, one colour, and the stamping is what's really going to bring out the set today and make it really cutesy. So once I'm happy with the first layer, I'll go and stamp for a cure, come back out, I'll do another layer off camera, and then we can start off with the stamping. So I'm going to start with the simple little bit there. So on this plate here, we're only going to pick up this little pattern twice. So I'm trying to be as efficient as I can, and I've got my 2 nails out already, and I've actually got 2 jelly stampers on the go today as well, just to be a bit more efficient, especially because we've got quite a lot of colouring in that we need to do with the stamping that we're doing, and it's just more efficient because when you pop the blob of the polish down to then pick up and colour in, it dries, you're kind of time bound, and if you're faffing about and having to re-pick up and all that stuff, I end up just wasting a lot of polish. So I try to be as efficient as I can. Of course, when you don't know what design you're making, then it can be hard to be efficient because you don't really know what you're doing. But once I get my first 5 fingers done and ready to go for filming, I already know what I'm doing, so I try to be efficient. When it comes to the pattern now, I'm picking up with a fairly dark pink, and I'm doing it on the ring finger and the index finger. And then next up, we've got 2 of the same flowers. So this is the bit where I use 2 jelly stampers, and I picked the 2 flowers up together because we're actually going to colour it in the same way and everything. So this is where our efficiency is going to be key. And it's a gorgeous flower. I really like it. I think it's really cutesy. I think it's probably my favourite flower out of the whole plate. I think that was part of the botanical collection. I remember when Moe London came out with that collection, I was obsessed. And stamping plates can be quite expensive, so I know I picked up a couple, and I was just waiting for them to go on sale or something to happen. So as soon as I saw, all of their plates going on sale and they were closing down, as much as I was so sad because I really like their plates, and I have so many of them as well. I was glad to get 1 or 2 plates for a little bit of a cheaper price, because nail stuff can be very expensive, awfully expensive. But yeah, so with this bright green colour, I'm going to colour in the leaves, and I'm using just a regular nail art brush to do that. You don't really want something too long, like a brush that's too long, because you kind of lose your control around on the brush, I find. So I prefer a bit of a shorter one. And then we're going to do a bit of a technique with the flowers. So rather than doing just a simple pink flower, we're actually going to focus the pink more in the center of the flower. We do have a bit of a variety of flowers on this patterned design. So some seem to be a bit more closed, some seem to be a bit more open and stuff. So I'm just essentially trying to just focus it in the middle as much as I can. You don't have to be too perfect with this. And we're doing it, of course, again on both. And then once I'm happy with that, I will then grab some white stamping polish and then just finish off the flower on the outer bits with the white, basically. With the white, I was actually running out a little bit low, so you see a lot of footage of me just trying to scrape the last little bits out of there. The bottles usually are just so frustrating. Like, there's just still so much polish in there, but it's just so hard to get out. And then the next kind of like nice beauty with trying to work with two stamping jellies is that whilst we're working on one, the other one is drying. So in the meantime, the other one is a bit more dry, so you can crack on with the next colour, especially with the white, because the white is going to overlap a little bit on the pink. So if the pink's a bit too wet, it can kind of start to blend, and that's kind of not what you want. So I wanted like a harsh, line between the pink and the white, not them blending together. So that's great there. I am using my Moe London white and my Moe London black as well, which again, if you can get it still on the website, great. I haven't been on that website for probably over a year now, to be honest. But if you can still get it, great. Or if anyone's reselling, then definitely grab it, because it's really good. Otherwise, when it comes to polishes, Born Pretty is like my next top. They don't have too many colours, but the cool colours that they do have are super affordable and really great quality, like amazing for beginners and pros and everything like that. At this stage, I am stamping them down. So on the pinky, because the pinky is so small, it actually covers the whole nail very nicely. And then on the thumb, because the thumb's so big, we're going to stamp it as center as we can. So out of the two jellies, one is a bit more kind of clouded now because I've used it for so long. It just happens with these jelly stampers, but this one's very clear, so I've made sure to go ahead and stamp with that one on the thumb because I needed to know exactly where I'm stamping. And then on the cloudier one I did the pinky, and although both are the same, because of the size of the nail, you can't kind of tell that they're the same. Obviously now you know and you can see, but from far they look like completely two different designed nails, which is really fun. Next up, we're going to kind of pick out some other flowers or some like fragments of a flower, which is what I love with stamping too. You can literally, there's like one image, but if you just remove some bits, you've kind of created your own little design, which I love. So again, we've picked out two bits and we're going to color them in, and the same idea applies. So the bright green on the leaves, and then the pink in the center and the white on the outer side. To be honest, I wish I kind of done a couple the other way around, maybe white in the middle and then out a bit with the pink and stuff. Maybe I can do that another time. But it'd be cool to kind of switch it up, within the same set kind of thing. But yeah, we're going to continue with that and stamp it in a moment. And then there can't really be a stamping set without some wording, especially with flowers. So I have picked up like a worded stamping plate, which we will use in a moment. And that one was from either Shein or AliExpress, I think. The only downside to that specific stamping plate is that the wordings are massive. I just needed like one word or something like that, just something a little bit more smaller, especially for the press-ons, but there really wasn't anything, so I did try and kind of make it work, see what I could do. One nail didn't come out the best, which I'll get to in a moment when we get there, but I don't think it was the worst, to be honest, but it could have been a little bit better. And yeah, kind of going for like an abstracty floral, essentially. And then another tip I can give you, when you colour in, you're kind of using it quite a lot, the stamping polish, and you might end up putting like a big blob of it down. Make sure that when you finish colouring in, leave it for a couple of minutes to dry a little bit. If you're using gel polish, this essentially only works for gel polish. Gel polish leaves a tacky layer, so you don't have to worry too much about rushing, because you still need the polish to be somewhat wet to transfer, because the gel polish leaves a tacky layer, so even if it's dry it will transfer over, which is nice. And if you are having difficulties, just keep it really hard onto the nail as you're transferring, and like maybe give it a couple like bouncing motions, and then remove the jelly stamper, and hopefully it should transfer. But I was just going to say, just leave the polish to kind of dry a little bit, because if it's too wet and you've got too much polish in one area, you can imagine when you go to stamp it, it will just kind of smudge everywhere essentially, so you don't want that. Make sure you avoid it. It has happened to me a couple of times. There's a couple polishes in my collection that I forget that they are super long drying. Quite often it's like the shimmery ones I find, and yeah, it kind of looks like they're dry, or I left it for as long as I usually leave them to dry, and they usually dry, and those ones don't. And yeah, or I just need to make sure that rather than maybe popping so much down, just kind of go a little bit less heavy-handed on it and use less. Like here right now you can see with the green that I'm quite heavy-handed with this. It's quite a lot of polish. I really need to let that dry, so we will crack on with the wording. So this is the plate, and as you can see they're quite large, so when you're doing press-ons to wear, you know, naturally your nails are going to be much smaller. They're not my usual long stiletto designs that I make. Here I struggled, so I actually went off camera for a moment. On my prototype first 5 fingers, I did a better job with placing everything down, so I had enough space to pop the wording down. Here I didn't, so I ended up a bit over the leaf. I just had to commit and just let it be. It's not the worst. I wish it was a little bit better, but the spacing just wasn't working and I had to just make shift. But yeah, then we just quickly finished off with the leaf, which I just stamped down there. And the very last stamping fragment of the video is the word tasty on this plate. So the wording doesn't really mean anything. It was just to add an extra little design to the set, basically. So we've got tasty, and I think the other one says kiss my sass, something like that. So a bit of a sassy set we've got going on. Now on the middle finger, I wanted to bring some gems and some, you know, crystals and all that into the set. So I have this quite dark pink flower, which I thought would kind of work quite well with the previous pinky stamping polish that we were working with. Then we've got these whitey things, whatever they're called. I know obviously we've got some pink crystals to finish it off. And then off camera real quick, I started searching through some silver caviar beads, and I've popped it in between each and every charm / crystal, and also in the center of the flower. Now, to help my charms / crystals stay on for as long as I possibly can, I'm going to actually apply a fairly generous layer of base coat, and to kind of help just on the side, just kind of really, you know, help it stay. And then that will go into lamp for a cure, and I'll come back in a second to then apply a fairly generous layer of matte top coat as well. If I was doing glossy, I wouldn't kind of worry too much about having it go over my crystals and stuff, but because we are using matte, I really needed to avoid that. So I was trying to take as many steps as I can to help kind of make sure these crystals stay in place and I don't lose them as I wear them. So once I finally pop them on, I can report back and let you know if they fell off or not, and then we can continue working together to kind of figure out a way to keep them as long as possible on, or just like forever, preferably. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to pop them on. I have a couple other designs in mind, to be honest, that I want to try out first. But yeah, I'll let you know, and then we can make a little video, or like a short on YouTube or something. And then we are just going to apply a top coat layer on all the rest of those nails, and we don't have to worry too much about it because obviously no crystals or anything, so we can just go ham with that. Sometimes I find that the polish starts to kind of almost like melt or something, like start to separate as I do matte top coat. So I try to be fairly quick, and I try to apply quite a generous amount, just to kind of almost create this like floating effect when I apply it, rather than being quite heavy-handed and kind of really stroking on the stamped images, if that makes sense. But I'm trying to cut the edges, and then I'll pop that into lamp for a cure, and that'll be that. So I'll show you guys the final result in the box in a moment. Like I said, I don't know when I'm going to put them on. I definitely will eventually, so I will report back. But I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys like the final result, and I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!